How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are here with a new series for you guys. I will be doing what I'm going to call an Express Rebuild series. Now, in this series, I will have 3 seasons to go ahead and take whatever team I choose, or whatever team I'm doing for the video, to the Stanley Cup Finals and hopefully win it. Now, the team I'm going to start with, as you guys saw, is the Philadelphia Flyers. And I'm excited to do this team. It's a team that I always talk about, well, maybe them, maybe I'll do a full series on them. It's a team I've wanted to use and a team I've been interested in, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the Philadelphia Flyers here. All the settings are going to stay largely the same except for injuries. Injuries will be off, so let's go ahead and get into this series, guys. Alright, so now, the Philadelphia Flyers, you know, have Jakub Voracek, Claude Giroux, Sanheim. So this is what we're going to be working with. We got Wayne Simmonds, Giroux, Voracek, Reed, Couturier, Raffl, Lawton, Konechny, Weiss, Lyer, Filppula, Nolan, Patrick. Now, Jakub Voracek, Giroux, and Simmonds are all locked up for the majority of this series. Same thing with Sean Couturier here, a fantastic second-line center. But a guy like Wayne Simmonds, we might have to we're going to re-sign him probably at the end. And one of the weak spots here is the wing. We don't have a ton of wingers now. We are pretty stacked down the center. And then that includes Nolan Patrick, who's playing on our 4th-line right wing. I've not used him in a rebuild, and I am pretty excited to use him and see how he grows. I may send him down. I may keep him up. We'll have to see what kind of moves I make. But defensively here, we know they have Gostisbehere and Provorov. 2 fantastic guys, medium elite, young 20s. But after them, there's not much going for us. I mean, Gudas, Manning, Oduya, McDonald, those are just, that's not a good defensive core. And in net, we have Brian Elliott and Michael Neuwirth. 2 serviceable goalies, nobody to really write home about. And scratched, we have Peter Mrazek, actually. Nobody important as far as skaters, but Peter Mrazek, the goaltender here. 25 medium starter, 82. I think I'm going to play him as the starter. Neither of these guys are too expensive, Elliott or Neuwirth, so I don't mind keeping either one of them. Elliott is older. I think I might trade him away to a team that probably needs a goaltender. I don't know how many moves I'm going to make, but I'm going to go ahead and make them right now and show you guys when I've got a move ready to go. So here we're going to trade Brian Elliott and Myers for Lindholm. They accepted that trade. They do kind of need a goaltender there. Brian Elliott hopefully is the answer. And now here are the lines, guys. Wayne Simmonds, Giroux, Voracek. Elias Lindholm slots in on that second line. The defense, still not great. I'm thinking about doing something with this defense, maybe going out and acquiring a new defender. I'm not sure who I want to go get. But offensively, we're looking a lot better. And I am going to start Mrazek just because he has the potential to grow over Neuwirth. We got nobody scratched, so there it is. Those are the lines. Elias Lindholm definitely makes that second line look a lot better. I was able to send Nolan Patrick down to the CHL. Hopefully he'll grow there. But Elias Lindholm, a perfect second-line guy for us. We do probably need another top 6 winger, so I am going to look into maybe making another trade. Raffl, I was considering maybe moving him there over Reed, but that's not going to work. So we've got German Rubstov here. He's a prospect. He's top 6. He's good, but we are going to go after Gustav Nyquist here, guys. He is that perfect top 6 guy that I was looking for, and a 7th, just to throw it in there. Draft picks aren't going to be that important to me, guys, but Nyquist is definitely going to help the team and make it a lot better. So now, we traded away a young prospect who was just not going to make the team, and we go ahead and get ourselves Gustav Nyquist down there. A lot of good players here. Now, contracts that I might want to consider getting off the books. McDonald, that contract is absolutely terrible. Filppula is coming off the books after this year, but McDonald, unfortunately, I couldn't get rid of him, but the top 6 looks so much better. Nyquist and Lindholm make the top 6 look great. Now, Nyquist is the sniper, so I'm going to start him up there. McDonald, really would love to get rid of that contract, but nobody wanted it. Trust me, guys, I tried so much. Radko Gudas as well. Another terrible contract. Just some terrible defenseman contracts that I just have to get off the books. And again, Mrazek is our starter with Neuwirth as the backup. Now, they are probably going to be 1A, 1B. I know Mrazek is the more expensive goaltender than Elliott, but we're not really in cap trouble this year. And as I was simulating the first month, the computer goes ahead and proposes a trade, trading away Raffl for Jordie Benn, and I think I might do this. Jordie Benn, he's all right. 2 years at 1.1. That's a cheap defender. He's better than McDonald, and he's got $4 million less. Raffl's not too valuable. We do have a guy like Yuri Laterra, who I can call up, who's in the minors, so I am going to go ahead, make this trade. Laterra does make the NHL roster. Filppula is going to go ahead and be on that third line for us, and Jori Laterra can play fourth line center. So the lines now look a lot better from what we started with, guys. This is a much better looking squad. And defensively, we did get a slight improvement. We no longer have McDonald in that albatross of a contract, but still nothing to write home about. Now, we are here at December 1st. So far, so good. Jakub Voracek doing really, really well. 30 points in 25 games, and we are in a divisional spot, guys. Not by a ton. We are tied with the Islanders, but so far, so good. As we go ahead and check out the points so far through season number 1. Voracek doing well. Gustav Nyquist up there as well. Simmons, Couturier, Lindholm. I mean, there's a bunch of players that are doing pretty good. Some minuses down there on the bottom lines, but we don't have the kind of defenders that are going to help us out there. And so far, Mrazek is rewarding me with the decision to make him our starter, our number 1A. Good save percentage, very good goal against average. So I'm happy with how the team is performing. We are in a divisional spot, which I was happy with. We are in the tough Metro, so we will see. But so far, our goals for and goals against, we score a lot of goals, guys. 3.2 goals for, but 2.76 against. That is our weakness. But special teams are doing well. 28% on the power play and 87% on the penalty kill there as well. So fantastic special teams. So let's go ahead, get to the trade deadline. So as we come up to the trade deadline here, guys, Claude Giroux leads our team in points. We seem to have cooled off quite a bit, but we are not out of reach. I mean, we can still make the playoffs, guys. It is not too crazy to think that we could pick up 3 points on the Devils, pick up, 6 points on the Penguins, maybe picking up points on the Blue Jackets. That would be 8 points. That's still doable. We have 20 games left. We have 20 games left, guys. So I think we can do it. I think we can make the playoffs. I don't know if I'm going to make a trade here. It is the trade deadline, so I am going to do my due diligence and look, and I will let you guys know if I do have a trade. And here it is. We are trading 2 top 6 prospects for Jarmelson and McGinn. McGinn is just somebody to fill out the AHL, but Jarmelson is going to make the team a lot better, so let me go ahead and show you the lines. So nothing really changes here on the forwards. It's pretty much the same, but defensively, God, that looks so much better to have Jarmelson on the top 4 and in goal. We still have Peter Mrazek being our starter, guys. So far, so good. Him and Neuwirth are doing all right back there. Nothing, nothing Vezina Trophy winning, but that trade definitely makes our defensive pairing look so much better to have a guy like Jarmelson there. And now with the last 3 games of the season, I'm not sure yet where we are, but we went on a tear after the trade for Jarmelson. 4 straight wins. We didn't lose points until we lost to the Winnipeg Jets. We just did fantastic. There's a 3-game losing streak, but we snap it with that win against Boston. And in the standings, we just so happen to be in the first wildcard spot and have locked it down over the Washington Capitals. So if we can just hold on to this wildcard spot, we will get the more favorable matchup. I don't know who will be playing, but I'm happy to have made the playoffs, and it looks like we're playing the New York Rangers, and ignore that 1-0 loss. I did not skip any games in the playoffs. We played them in the final game of the regular season, so hopefully that isn't too indicative of how the series is going to go. But as we check out the points here, Claude Giroux, 75 points, Voracek, Nyquist, that first line doing great things for us. Shane Gostisbehere up there with 60 points as well. That was great. Second and third line, Valtteri Filppula doing great as well. Provorov doing all right, and so far so good. Players are looking good. We look good going into the playoffs here, guys. Peter Mrazek, just a very solid season. I'm really happy with how he played this year for us. Now let's go ahead and check out the entire league. All skaters, Patty Kane up there with 96 points. Kucherov, Taves, Matthews, Ovi. Ovi scored 50 goals this season. Eichel, Malkin, a whole bunch of usual names up there. Defensemen, Erik Karlsson, Rasmus Ristolainen, Pietrangelo, Klingberg. The usuals. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see Rasmus Ristolainen up there. Erik Karlsson does get it, and who will take home the Vezina? It looks like it's going to be the king, Hank Lundqvist, guys, and that's not great because he is our first round opponent. So let's go ahead, not waste any more time. Let's get right into our first playoff series. But first, let's check out what they're going to be throwing at us as far as lines. We know they've got Hank Lundqvist, and he's just going to be tremendous. He's the king. He's the Vezina winning goaltender this season. But as far as their team, they look a little bit more on par with us. We have better forward stars, but their forward core isn't tremendous, and their defense looks worse than ours was to start the season. So that trade deadline acquisition makes us look better there, but they obviously win the goaltending battle, guys. Lundqvist is going to keep them in this series. I have a good feeling about this series. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm done talking. Let's go ahead and get some gameplay in here. Now, as you guys know, I will just be simulating each period here, showing you the goals. Let's get it started. And it's 1-1 as Giroux gets us up early, and VC ties the game, unfortunately. And then Holland gives the Rangers the lead, but Lindholm ties it up for us. And now heading into the third period, the Rangers with Zuccarello go ahead and get it started early. Just a couple minutes into the period, and they've already taken a 3-2 lead. Now we're coming up upon the halfway mark of the period. Can we get it done? And as I say that, Fost scores, makes it 4-2, and it's looking like it's out of reach with under 5 minutes to go unless we have a hero. 90 seconds, 30 seconds, and we lose game 1 in our first year in the playoffs. That's alright, you're not in trouble until you lose on home ice, but it is back-to-back losses against the Rangers. It's got to do something mentally to us. Claude Giroux gets himself a goal there, leads our team in points. A goal per game, might I add. But heading back to game number 2 here, can we get off to a better start this time? Take the lead, keep the lead, and hopefully even this series. First period, and nothing so far. Lundqvist is still shutting it down. Period number 2, they get off to 2 quick goals there, but Reed does answer, and we've cut the lead to 1 heading into the third period, but you never want to be losing. And to save time, I just simulated the third period. We did allow 1 more goal, did not score, and lose 3-1. Now, because I am going to go approximately 3 seasons, I am going to try and keep it as quick as possible for you guys. So that means I am not going to real-time sim the third period anymore. I am just going to go ahead and just do it quickly, get through this, and hopefully we can get this one. Wayne Simmonds gets us the lead here in game number 3. Early start. Period number 2. All right, and period number 3. Fost scores, and now it is overtime, and we will watch overtime. And unfortunately, Hayes gives the Rangers the win, and we are now down 3-0 in the series, and this is not looking good. I know I need to make some line changes, so let's go ahead here. Not too sure what I want to do. I think I might move Wayne Simmonds up to that first line, switch him with Nyquist. I don't know what else I'm going to do defensively. Maybe Provorov, spread out the wealth. I mean, he's a minus. Give Jarmelson, the defensive defenseman, up there. Spread out some offensive talent because we are not getting enough scoring, and we're not allowing a ton of goals, but we just can't get enough scoring. So maybe if we spread it out a little bit and get, you know, roll like 3 lines that can actually score. But hopefully we can go ahead and get at least 1 game out of this series, and who knows, if you win 1, anything is possible. 1-1 after the first period, Giroux and Kreider with the goals. Now headed into the second period, Weiss gets us the goal. It is now 2-1, and for the third period, Jarmelson nets the empty netter, and there it is, 3-1. So we've taken 1. I'm okay with that. We've taken 1, but we got a long way to go. That could just be the start of a gentleman's sweep. They let us win the 4th game, but headed to Madison Square Garden here for game number 5. Can we keep this good momentum rolling? We have, you know, done all right so far, and we let up an early lead as Tony DeAngelo scores 1-0 for the Rangers, but we snatch it right back in the second period as Gostisbehere and Nyquist score, and this third period was a wild one. We score 3 goals, 2 from our defensemen, they score 1, but it is 5-2 now, guys, and I am feeling it. 3-2 in the series. We are looking good. These line changes, it really feels like everything is clicking right now. I mean, those past 2 games, 3-1, 5-2, those are solid victories, guys. Here on home ice, can we at least force a Game 7? I'm not going to complain, you know, if we lose in 7. And there we go. We get a 2-1 lead to start it. Lindholm and Jordy Ben, 2 guys we acquired via trade, and Sean Couturier gets us a 3-1 lead headed into the third. Voracek nets the empty netter, and now I am so excited. I hope you guys are too. It is Game 7. We've just pulled it back from being down 3-0. Can we do? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna jinx it. But can we win Game 7? I feel it. I hope you guys are feeling it. 4-2 here. We just won that game, 3-3 in the series. First period, we get off to a quick start as Provorov and Nyquist score, but Pionk scores with 1 second left in the period. Mrazek switched off there, expected the buzzer to come earlier than it did, and came to bite him in the butt, but now it is 3-2. Couturier, Zibanejad, 1-goal game. Reed gives us the lead early in this period. Game 7, guys. Can we get it done? 4-2. Reverse sweep possibility here. 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, and it looks like we are going to go on to the second round after being down 3-0 in the series, and that's what we call a reverse sweep, boys. We did it. Going on to round number 2. Now, that would be a lot sweeter if that was the Stanley Cup final. I know that's round 1, but hey, as long as you're in it, you got a shot to win it. Hey, that rhymes. Now we will be taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets in the next round, and I think I am going to just simulate up until an elimination game here, guys. But first, I almost forgot, I gotta show you their lines, because, you know, you want to see who we're facing, at least in the first year, to see what the teams look like. Did they make any splash moves? But as far as Columbus is looking, they look pretty good with Panarin, Wenberg, Vanek, Foligno, Dubois, Atkinson, Jenner, Dubinsky, Bjorkstrand, and a solid fourth line as well. And their defensive core is definitely where they've got us beat, hands down. And Sergei Bobrovsky there in net. They pretty much have us beat everywhere except for star talent, I would say. So let's go ahead here. Get right into this series, simulate the first 3 games until there is a possible elimination game. We win the first one, we lose the second 2. So now we are down 2-1 in the series. An elimination game is not in game number 4, but it is in game number 5. We are now down 3-1 in the series. So now I will go ahead and we will view it period by period. Elimination time. Jakub Voracek, guys, they got to step up. Let's make some more line changes. It worked last time. Let's see if we can get it back to just best lines. This is what I had it at originally. Filppula is now going to slot in that fourth line center, get some depth all the way down the middle because they just have really good forwards all through and through. So we have to combat that, and their defensive core is going to be great. So we want to get as much goal-scoring talent in as many places as possible. And after the first period of game number 5, it is 1-1. Now it is 2-2 after 2. Both teams scoring 1 goal per period. We cannot let up a goal here in this period. We give them a power play, but Konechny scores short-handed, and we have taken the lead 3-2. Man, I thought for sure that was going to be a Columbus goal on the power play there, but Konechny gets the shorthanded goal. Are we going to hold on? 2 minutes, 1 minute, and we are going to hold on and at least make the series 3-2 after being down 3-1. We win the next game, and we are still alive in the playoffs. A very nerve-wracking 3-2 victory, but I'm not going to make any changes. Let's go ahead, get right into game number 6 and see how we do. Oh, man. Oh, I'm nervous. Man. All right. Game number 6 on home ice. Can we top the Columbus Blue Jackets and force another Game 7 after being down, our backs against the wall? First period, we get 2 goals from Konechny, the hero from last game, and Voracek. Lindholm scores 2 himself in the second, and Jori Lehtera seals the deal 5-0, and we are forcing a game number 7. And yet again, the line changes have made a difference. Game number 7 in Columbus, though, it could all be for naught if we lose this one. We have 1 more game to go, and we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, first period, 0-0. Oh, man, second period. 0-0 still. Whoever gets the first goal may win this game. Who's it going to be? And it's going to be Reed in the early third period, but we give them a power play. No goals. There we go. Shut it down. Peter Mrazek, I am counting on you. We have shut them down early. They have yet to score. Are we going to slam the door all game? Is it going to be a 1-goal game? And it will be a 1-goal game 7, and the Columbus Blue Jackets have blown a 3-1 lead. We reverse swept the Rangers. We came back from 3-1 down against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and now who are we facing in the Eastern Conference Finals? It is the Tampa Bay Lightning, and this may be where our run ends. Oh, man, I know the Tampa Bay Lightning are so good, but let's go ahead and check their lines to see if they've made any moves and see just exactly what they're looking like. This may be the end. They are such a complete team. Palat, Stamkos, Kucherov, Miller, Johnson, Point, Gord, Cirelli, Killorn, Kunitz, Paquette, Callahan. I mean, it's good. It's very, very good all around. And their defensive core, Hedman, McDonough, Sergachev, Strawman, Coburn, Schuster, and in goal, they have 90 overall, Vasilevsky. This team is insane. They're even better than the Columbus Blue Jackets. Obviously better than the Rangers. All right, let's see. Not going to go into the game until we get to an elimination game. The first 3 games here, we lose game 1. We win game number 2 in overtime, but lose game number 3. We've allowed 4 goals twice. It's not an elimination game, though, but now it is. 4-3 overtime loss. Question is, do I make changes again and hope that something works, or I'm at least going to have to take a look at it. I don't know. We got 3 games left. We are on the brink of elimination again, 3-1 down. Snipequist there is doing well. The top 6 is doing all right. Lindholm will put him up there. Let's get some scoring. Give our best guys a playmaker like Lindholm, and just that's the only change I'm gonna make, guys. Let's see. Is it gonna be enough? Are we gonna be able to get past the Tampa Bay Lightning, or at least force another game 7 and just live to fight another day? First period, we do it. 2-0. So far, so good. Second period, we shut them down. Third period, 2-0 victory. Are we going to do it again? I have no clue, but we are now down 3-2 in the series, and the Winnipeg Jets have beaten the Anaheim Ducks, so the winner of our series will face the Winnipeg Jets for a chance at the Stanley Cup. Game 6 on home ice. Can we at least get it to 7? Or is this going to be where our run ends? Palat scores early, gets them a 1-0 lead. Then Miller scores 2-0 lead. This is a mountain to climb. We need to score at least 2 goals here in this third period while giving them 2 power plays. We got a power play of our own, but we cannot capitalize on an absolutely crucial power play. As we've hit the halfway mark of the period, we are down 2-0, and I don't think our Cinderella story is going to go any further as Miller sinks our ship. 3-0 Tampa Bay. And that is all she wrote for our first season. But so far, a good first season after some pretty exciting playoff series. So now we're here at the draft. Let's see what we can get done. Now, draftees may play a more important role in trades than they do actually in our team in a couple of years. Unless we get somebody really, really good. I don't know if I'm going to hang on to these players too much. As far as, do I go with the exact top 6 guy? He looks alright. I mean, hopefully he's not low top 6. There's Bouchard. No, that's the wrong Bouchard. Never mind. Some exact top 6, top 9. Nobody really too crucial, so I'm going to take the shot on the surefire bet. Medium top 6, 57. So that's not a bad draft pick either. He's definitely got some value. Who can we get here in the second round? And I think I'm going to go with the exact top 9, Kasarenkov. I'm not too sure, though. Maybe some guys down here. There's really nobody that's jumping out at me. I'm liking the exact guys because I know I can use them for a trade. But Kasarenkov, welcome to the Philadelphia Flyers, and he's a 73 overall, high top 9. He has a chance of actually making the team. Maybe by year 3 if we get there. I don't know. Now in the third round, Noel. I've heard that name before. I've seen it before, so I think I am going to go ahead and just take him because I recognize the name a little bit. And he's a low top 6. That is a great third round pick. It's probably more, I think that is more valuable than just a third round draft pick would be in a trade. Now let's see here, round number 4. Is there anybody really worth our time? Wendland, he's medium elite. I mean, I don't think he's gonna actually be medium elite, but we could just, you know, take the shot on him, see what's gonna happen. Might as well. And he is a low top 9, so that's not terrible for a, oh, that was our 5th round pick, never mind. That's right, we traded our 4th round away. But now we have another pick here in the 5th round, and this is really, you know, none of these players are gonna make too much of a difference other than perhaps trades. I don't really think any of these guys are going to make the roster, but if we scroll down here, I guess Linda McCallum? No. God. Kelvin Hare? He's a medium top 4. 7 here, a goalie, 7th round goaltender. I have no clue anything about him. Why not? Just take him. At this point, not going to make too much of a difference. He is a backup goaltender, so that's, you know, it's not too much. At this point, though, I don't think any of these players that I'm going to take are going to be gems or even make the roster in a couple years. So I'm just going to sim through the draft here. And now it's time for the Resigned Phase. And this is where this kind of express rebuild series is going to be made, is contracts. Now, because we don't have time to just slowly let our prospects groom and, you know, trade away for younger guys who can grow, veterans always cost more. So I'm gonna have to be smart with who I sign and for how much I sign. And, you know, free agency we could build through free agency. But as far as players that are expiring, we've got Lindholm, Filppula, Reed. So not too many forwards. I guess Lindholm and Filppula are our important guys. I'm not too sure if I want to bring back Lindholm, or excuse me, Filppula. I do want to bring back Lindholm. But first matter of business is to get McDonald. Where's McDonald? There he is. I got him. I'm going to buy him out. I don't want this contract on the books anymore. We're going to save ourselves about, you know, 3.3 million for the next 2 seasons just by buying him out. Now, I am going to go ahead and re-sign everybody here so you guys don't have to worry about that. It is now time for free agency. We did not lose anybody too important who made it in free agency. We have about 12 million to play with, and there's John Carlson, guys. Our defensive core needs an upgrade. We have 12 million in cap space just for a player like this, somebody who's really going to help out our team, and I don't want to lose him. He's definitely the kind of guy we need, so I am going to give him 7.25. I mean, it's over $1 million more than what he's asking for. But as far as other players here, maybe Thomas Vanek. I don't know if I'm going to have the cap space for him. I think I'm going to have about 3, maybe 4 million in cap space. I actually can't remember. Mike Fisher, maybe Van Riemsdyk. I'm trying to look for some cheap options to fill out the squad. Gravel there, he's 26. He's got medium top 6, but he's a 79. No. I'm not going to sign him. All right. So, wait. If we think about this, I just gave Carlson 7.25. We have about 12. Are there any prospects out there, like, you know, those 77 overall, low elite 20-year-olds that sometimes slip through? Nobody that I can see, so we still have, I think, about 5 million to play with. 4.5, maybe. I don't want to get too much in cap trouble. Now, Vanek would be a good guy to sign, but I do think we need more help defensively. Stastny, we don't need centers, though. That's what I'm remembering. We don't need centers. Schuster, maybe. He's an 81. He's 27. He's young. He wants 4.5 million. Mike Green, I think Mike Green's the guy. He's 32. I know he puts up good numbers. I'm going to give him 3 years at 4.5 million, so he'll be signed through the remainder if he does sign with us. As far as other players, I don't think I'm going to go after anybody else. I don't think I have the cap space to go after anybody else, and we are just going to go ahead and advance. I hope I did my math right as far as who I can sign here. All right, now we got to just wait for the simulation to be nice and slow. And, oh, okay, Florida probably wants John Carlson. They probably trying to give me Keith Yandel so that I can, you know, be hard capped or something like that. And Mike Green accepts now. Do we still have enough money for John Carlson? I'm glad I don't take the, I didn't take the, Keith Yandel trade, because we have, what is that, 8.3? Okay, so we have 8.3. We have a decent amount of money. We at least have enough for John Carlson to accept. Please accept John Carlson. I gave you a lot of money, and John Carlson is a Philadelphia Flyers, and that pretty much wraps up year number 1. So let's go ahead and get to the lines of year number 2. So, we are here at the start of year number 2, and this is what your lineups are looking like. We got Nyquist, Giroux, Voracek, Lindholm, Nolan, Patrick, who's grown tremendously, and Simmons. And then we've got Lawton, Couturier, Konechny, Lindblom, Laterra, and Weiss. Then defensively, we look so much better. That is a massive upgrade from 1 year ago. Gostisbehere, Carlson up there, Jarmelson and Provorov, and in goal, Mrazek did grow 2 points, so now he is our bona fide number 1. it is Mrazek and Neuwirth. But I may make a trade here. I do want to find somebody to fill out the middle six, somebody for the third line, and I think I found him. Justin Williams there. We are going to get rid of Radko Gudas here too. He's exactly the kind of guy. I know I just drafted Noel, but he was a third-round pick. He's going to good use. He was not going to make the team anyway, and Justin Williams now makes this squad look so much better. Now we have Konechny, Couturier, Williams as a third line. This is a pretty darn good squad. Hopefully Sanheim does grow. So let's go ahead here, and as I simulate the season here, January 1st, Happy New Year. We are at the top of our division with 50 points. This is tremendous. That team that you guys just saw has been killing it. Jakub Voracek is point per game. Now to the trade deadline, 69 points in 63 games, and we are just firmly atop the Metropolitan Division. And guys, I'm not making any trades. We're just going to let this thing roll. And there we are at the end of the season with 111 points. And who will we be taking on in the playoffs? It will be the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I will go ahead and show you guys the stats here, but we had a fantastic season. I am going a little bit quickly just because I don't want to make this video too tremendously long, but Jakub Voracek, 89 points in 82 games. Voracek, Gostisbehere up there. Nolan Patrick in his rookie season now up to an 86, and he had 61 points. John Carlson with 58. Guys, this squad is looking really good, and I think we can make some noise here in the playoffs. Provorov, Simmons, those guys doing all right. Mrazek, okay, solid season, but Neuwirth seems to have flourished in a backup role, no longer a 1B, but more so of a backup. And now let's go ahead and check the entire league really quickly. And Vladimir Tarasenko has 96, Ovi has 94, but they both scored over 60, and Ovi scored 68 goals. Imagine scoring 60 goals in a season being like, oh yeah, I was still 8 goals shy of the Maurice Rocket Richard. Then we've got Dougie Hamilton, Ristolainen up there as well. Carlson, Burns, Ekman Larson, Doughty, and there's Gostisbehere. So we do have a guy up there. And as far as the standings, did we win the President's Trophy? Let's go to the entire league. And we finished in second behind the Boston Bruins. And look at this. The top 3 teams are all from the East, and 4 of the top 5 teams are from the East. So if we're going to get to the Stanley Cup Finals this year, guys, we are going to go through some pretty tremendous teams. But the first one up on the schedule is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now let's just go ahead, get right into this series. I'm not going to check out their lines just because I want to get through this video for you guys. And we do lose games 2 and 3. So we won game 1, and now we are down 2-1 in the series. All right, this team, guys, this team is so tremendously better than last year. We are now down 3-2 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Guys, this team is fantastic. I love this team. This is one of my favorite teams I've ever built. We were rolling through the regular season. We did fantastic, 111 points, second in the NHL. But now it looks like I need to make some line changes here. So it does look like this second line something needs to be changed. But Couturier with Patrick, I think that's going to at least help us out a little bit defensively. Gostisbehere, Carlson's not getting any points. Provorov does. Jarmelson, okay, so maybe I'll switch Provorov with Carlson, kind of rekindle that magic from last year. But John Carlson and Jarmelson, I feel like those 2 guys play heavy, and they're going to play well together. Elimination game, we are now down 3-2 in the series. Can we come back and force a game number 7? First period, it is 1-1 as Connor Brown and Claude Giroux score for their respective teams. 1-1 after 2, and it all comes down to who wins this third period. 5 minutes gone. So far, nothing has happened. We are putting on the shots, but Connor Brown scores again, and he may single-handedly eliminate us from this playoffs, and Mitch Marner scores, and that might be all she wrote. 5 minutes left, 2-goal deficit, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and we get eliminated by the Toronto Maple Leafs. So last season, with a far worse team, we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. This year, with a far more improved team, we lose in 6 games in round number 1. That makes me so angry that this team got so much better. Defensively, we're great. Offensively, we're great. Mrazek's a solid goaltender. But let's just get up to the draft, guys. Let's get into it here. Again, this is even less so. These players have less of an opportunity to make an impact on the team. So I'm going to go quickly through this. Dylan for a second, no thanks. I don't need defensive help that badly. And wow, that really sucks. We miss out on a medium elite just before our pick. So maybe there's another one. Maybe I can find somebody. Suzuki there is looking high top 6. He looks all right. I mean, nothing too tremendous, but a high top 6 could be medium elite. Niels Hoglander too. I think I'm going to go Suzuki here, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get Suzuki. Okay, medium top 6, I'm okay with that. Medium top 6 is not bad for the end of the first round here, guys. Our second round pick, though, 57th overall. If it would load the prospects, let's see. Who can we go ahead and get? Maybe Mueller. At this point, guys, I think I might just start randomly taking players. Nobody here looks too tremendously good. Maybe Ola Lija. Yeah, sure, whatever. Medium bottom 6. At this point, guys, the draft is pretty irrelevant to me. I'm just showing it to you guys so you guys can, say, oh, I draft, high franchise players with the last pick in the draft, and oh, you missed out on this guy. I know he's like high superstar, fantastic player. I just love those comments when like, hey, I get tremendous players all the time. Why don't you? I'm like, well, because you're better at drafting than I am, I guess, or maybe just luckier. Anyway. That's 7D white, why not? And at this point, I'm just done with the draft. As you guys can tell, I don't even want to spend any more time in the draft. I'm already complaining about the comments that aren't even going to be on the bottom of this video, but I've seen them before. And let's go ahead, Resigned Phase. Who can we get? We have one more. This is our last free agency. This is headed into year number 3, guys. So this is all in. We need to be all in right now. Who do we need to re-sign? And so it looks like we have a good amount of cap space. 22 million in cap space is a really good amount. And who's expiring? Provorov, Nyquist, Simmons, Jarmelson, and Neuwirth are all expiring. So that is a lot of players. I'm going to get that all set. We did not lose anybody important, and we still have 7.75 million. And there are a lot of good players available. Wheeler, Panarin, Duchesne. Now, we only have 7.75, so I don't know if I can go after Blake Wheeler. He would be tremendous, though. Age at this point is no issue. We do need a backup goalie. I let Neuwirth go. He did not want to come back at the salary I wanted him at. Maybe Miller. But he's 38. He's probably going to drop off hard before next season. Kincaid, maybe he's an 81. Miller, no, he's 38. Neuwirth, I'm not going to go back to him. Cam Ward seems like a great backup here, 82. What am I going to give him? 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years. What am I going to give him? 7 years, maybe? Get him till he's 42? No, I think I am going to give him 4 years here. Give him, maybe 3 years? 4 years? 4 years. 4 years. All right. 4 years, 1.75, because at this point, I don't care how long I sign players for, because this is the last season, and that would leave us with enough to go after Artemi Panarin. I think 1.75. That gives us about 6 million, 6.75 maybe, 6.8. I think I'm going to give him 7 years, 6.85, and see if he just wants to come to the team. Hopefully, I have enough to get both Cam Ward and Artemi Panarin, because I do not want to lose out on both of those guys and then be stuck here without a really, really good player in free agency, or anybody in free agency, anybody decent in free agency. Now, this is the day when they usually accept coming up here. So let's go ahead, see, do Artemi Panarin and Cam Ward want to come to Philly? Okay, maybe tomorrow's the day when they want to come. I think it is July 5th, especially when they're a bigger free agent. If they're one of those middle-tier free agents, they probably already accepted, which is why I really would like to get both of these guys. I would really, really like to get both of these guys because we don't have a ton of cap space. And Cam Ward rejected, that's not good. And Artemi Panarin still debating on whether or not he wants to come. But Artemi Panarin does want to come to Philadelphia, and now our team looks ridiculous, guys. Our forward core is going to be insane. And we still need a backup goalie, though. So, you know what? Keith Kincaid, why not? He's kind of the guy, he fits what our cap space situation is. 1.5 for 2 years. Cannot lose out on a good backup goaltender. I mean, that's not going to make or break it here because, there's no injuries, so our Mrazek's not going to get hurt. But I would like to win as many games as possible. By the way, congratulations to the Vancouver Canucks for winning the Stanley Cup. I forgot to announce that. Keith Kincaid, please come to Philadelphia. I would really like you on my team. There we go. Keith Kincaid, welcome to Philadelphia. So let's go ahead and get into the lines for year number 3. Final year. Here we go. All right. Final year, we have to go all in, so I may make some ridiculous trade. I don't know, but our forward core looks insane. Our second and third lines are some teams' first lines, and our defensive core, okay. Hag and Sanheim, not great. Green did regress by 1 point, but we still have Carlson, Provorov, and Gostisbehere, and Kincaid and Mrazek. So I think I'm going to go ahead and look at making a trade. Nolan Patrick up to an 88. He's a first line forward. I think I'm going to look at something here because I want to make our defensive core as good as it can be, because our forward core, I don't need to trade for a forward. Our forwards are tremendous, and here we go. Cody Ceci, Thomas Chabot, welcome to the Philadelphia Flyers. Boom. So no changes there, and there it is, guys, the new and improved defensive core. Now, this may be the best team I have ever built for a series, for my YouTube channel. I know I've had some ridiculous ones where I've tanked for 4 years and then had this ridiculous team of all franchise guys, but this may be the best team I've ever assembled in a 3-year time frame. I mean, this team is insane. I know we gave up picks. I did give up our first round pick and some prospects, but at January 1st, we seem to be doing pretty good. Claude Giroux, 47 points in 40 games. We're the second best team in the NHL. Now at the trade deadline, looking pretty good as well. We are first in the division still. Claude Giroux, 66 and 64, so he cooled off a little bit. But we are the best team in the NHL, followed really closely by the New Jersey Devils. I don't think I'm going to make any trades. There's nothing left. I don't have a ton of cap space, so in the playoffs, we will be taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs yet again. This is revenge, guys. This is time for revenge. Jakub Voracek led the team in points at 83, Giroux at 81, Nolan Patrick up there at 64, Panarin and Nyquist, and so many people scoring goals, guys. Carlson, Gostisbehere doing well, goaltending. Mrazek had a good year for us, average. He's not doing, Vezina Trophy winning stuff. And then here, points-wise, Vladimir Tarasenko leads the league in points again. Tavares, Tarasenko, Ovi down there as well with a bunch of goals. Brent Burns had an absolutely fantastic season. That's a ridiculous season for Brent Burns. But enough of the stats, enough of admiring other teams' players. Where did we finish in the league? We finished in 4th, so a little bit worse than last year. I can't believe this team finished worse than last year, especially with that. It's so much better this year. We have an 86 on our third line. He's our center. We've got Nolan Patrick, an 88 on our second line. But now it's time to see, will we be able to get past the Toronto Maple Leafs again? We win game number 1. We lose game number 2. We win game number 3. Okay, so now we're up 2-1 in the series. Let's hope that we can get through them here. We win game number 4, and now we're up 3-1 in the series here, guys. We just got to finish them off here. This is the elimination game. This is it. This is just to get us through the next round. We start off great, though. Voracek, Gostisbehere, 2-0. And we do go ahead, make it 2-0, signed, sealed, delivered, send that one home. Goodbye, Toronto. On to the next round we go. Who will we be facing here? Looks like we are one of the first teams out. Florida did sweep. I think we're going to face the winner of Devils, Penguins, because those are both Metro teams, because we finished first in our division. So the 2 Metro teams are the Devils, Penguins. The Devils were up 3-1. The Devils are, and I don't know, because I think who's gonna take that series? It seems like Pittsburgh won. Did they force a game number 7? Round complete. Game 7, and it is the Penguins. It is Flyers, Penguins, and how sweet would it be to go through the Penguins to win? I mean, to at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1, we win. We lose game 2. Game number 3, we also lose game 4. Do not go down 3. Yes, there we go. We tied it up 2-2 in the series. Game number 5, a pivotal game number 5. We lose 2-0. Please do not get eliminated by Pittsburgh. That's all I'm asking. It is 3-2 for Pittsburgh going into game number 6 in Pittsburgh. So, best lines. We're just going to let the computer decide what the best lines are. Get us deep down the middle. Okay, Lindbaum on that left side. Defensively, I'm sure it's not going to change much. Okay, so that pivotal game right there, game number 5. We needed to take that one. I really think we do. Although I could be just complaining for nothing if we do come back and win this game here and get to game number 7. Although if we would have won that game as well, we could have been out of this. 1-1 as Giroux and Crosby, the poster boys for both cities. And Pittsburgh takes a 2-1 lead, and now we are trailing by 1 as we enter this third period. 5 minutes gone, nothing really to report for us. We do get a power play, we cannot capitalize on it. Halfway through the period, is this going to be where this series ends, or do we have a hero somewhere? Somebody step up, anybody, and Jakub Voracek with 2 minutes left in the third period saves our season. And you know what time it is, boys? Let's go ahead and get into the game. Now, I did screw up on the camera a little bit here, so that's why we are starting 10 seconds into the game. Kessel gets the puck. He's flying down the wing here. Oh, God, this is dangerous. He centers it, finds him back. Oh, and they try to find Crosby, but a good block by John Carlson. Now Panarin turns, takes the puck up the ice, finds Voracek. Voracek now with the puck. What's he going to do? He's going to go all the way around the net. I cannot wait for the new skating in NHL 19. Oh, good. There we go. Good Voracek. Panarin with the puck. What's he going to do with it? He's going to go down to the corner, tries to center it, but Letang takes it away. Hornqvist now. Hornqvist crosses the blue line. He's going to find Kessel. Kessel goes to the corner. Kessel goes across, and no way! How did we let him score from that angle? Kessel finds Hornqvist, and Mrazek gets beat far post, and that is all she wrote. That is all she wrote for this series, guys. This is... That hurts. That really sucks. Maybe I should have upgraded goaltending. Maybe I should have traded, you know, away Mrazek and gone somebody better, but he was doing just fine for us, and I don't know if I can blame him exclusively, but that was definitely a disappointing performance right there. That one ended super fast. And how do we... That angle, though, guys, like... Oh, and the good forecheck by Voracek there. That guy's going to get probably beat up in the parking lot. And then this angle, I mean, great camera angle, but, I mean, look at where he's shooting from. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.